Okay, so in the last couple of weeks, or in the last couple of days, there's been a lot of talk about Kamala Harris, whether she's a part black or this much black or that much black, and she's been going off my mom's Indian, but my dad's Jamaican. And she knows how black people think. One thing about it, even though she grew up in Canada in her formative years, she still went to Howard University, so she's been around black people, and she understands how the pseudo kind of scientific way we think about things. So black people think that just because you're from Jamaica, you're black. Okay? We don't understand history as much. We're getting better. Thanks to the internet, thanks to YouTube, we're getting better. But we still have a long way to go. Now, I'm here to tell you, I think Kamala Harris is a whole Indian. I don't think she half black. I don't think her dad is a black man. I think her dad is a whole Indian too. I mean, I think she's a whole Indian. This is her mom. This is her dad. Now, does her dad probably have some black admixture? Sure. There's probably some black admixture in her dad. But I think more than likely he's an Indian, a Jamaican Indian, like this. You know, maybe some black admixture over the years. Now you ask, how did the Indians get to Jamaica? How did these Indians get to Jamaica? Well, due to deteriorating socioeconomic conditions in British India, more than 3,600 Indians came to British Jamaica. Now, these are two colonies of the British Empire, as indentured laborers under the Indian indenture system between 1845 and 1970, mostly from Bhojpuri region of Awadhi region of the Hindi belt in North India and other places in Hindi belt of North India. A significant minority were from South India. Around 2/3 of the laborers who came remained on the island. The demand for their labor came after the end of slavery in 1830. Because remember, the British called for the end of slave trade in 1808, I think. But it didn't officially end in all their territories. Because remember, United States, we fought a war against the British. So we were our own thing. We won that war. We had independence. So we kept slavery until 1865. But Jamaica ended it in 1830. So now the slaves are free. You need somebody to come work in those plantations. Because Jamaica was known for having those sugar plantations, those huge, vast plantations with 300-400 slaves on it. So that's how the Indians got there. A lot of Chinese came over too at that time to work as indentured servers. Okay? Indian laborers who had proved their worth in similar conditions in Mauritius were sought by the British Jamaican government, in addition to workers coming from China. Indian workers were actually paid less than the former West African slaves. Okay? So that's how you got a huge Indian population from India, a different haplogroup. These are not Africans. These are a whole different genetic group. You can't even get a fucking blood transplant from these motherfuckers. Okay? Your body will reject the kidney. They not, so like, they can't be you if you can't get a transplant from these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? So You gotta understand the world, black people. Blood types, haplogroups, they have dark skin, but that does not mean they're black. They're African, Negroids. So back to Kamala Harris's dad. Let's see. Let's look at a picture of. So let's look at a picture of Kamala Harris's dad. And listen, the only reason this matters, because I know you have a lot of people black people, what does it matter? Because nothing ever matter to us. Nothing ever matters. Why it matter? Well, it matter because she playing the black card. She's saying she black. I got probably, the average African American got between 13 and 30% white blood. Where my white privilege? If I can't get white privilege for my 13 to 30% white blood, how come she get black privilege for probably 5% black blood, if that? So he's a Stanford professor. This is not a black man. This is an Indian probably mixed with, this is an Indian and mixed with a black man, probably some black heritage. Okay? But this is Indian. Okay? Now, let's listen to his own words about his heritage. This is him speaking. My roots go back within my lifetime to my paternal grandmother, Miss Chrissy. Okay? Christina Brown, descendant of Hamilton Brown, who is on record as a plantation and slave owner and founder of Brownstown. So his grandmother on his father's side is a descendant of a slave owner. So we can say either she was white or she was biracial. Black. Or whatever. So he's descended from slave owners. He didn't say slaves. He said slave owners, which makes me think that they just might have been white. The Harris name comes from my paternal grandfather, Joseph Alexander Harris, a landowner and agricultural produce exporter. Why do it matter? We all the same. Okay. So, I think Kamala Harris is a whole Indian. I think I think not only is she, because a lot of black people get had with the, oh my daddy Jamaican. What race is he? Is he Chinese? Is he a coolie boy? Is he an Indian? Is he black? Is he white? Because there's a formidable white population in Jamaica, even though the majority identify as black. And when I look at her dad, those big old ears, that's a European feature. I don't see a black man. I see a lot of white and European. And maybe a hint of black. I don't know. Maybe a hint of black. But we know the mother just a straight Indian. That's why we haven't talked about the mother. So why can't where the Indian people supporting her? How come you could be 90% something else and 5% black and browbeat black people into voting for you. And just assume our vote for nothing. When she ain't gonna assume the Indian vote for nothing. That's why she trying to lump everything minorities. Cause she know them. She trying to lump every other subgroup into it with blacks. She giving them something. She giving them what you fought for, nigga. Where's her? Why the Indian community ain't out and about? Why they not feeling pride? They should feel pride. This a whole Indian. This woman is a whole Indian. And it's the sister. Oh, that's the aunt. The granddaughter, okay. The granddaughter. This is the granddaughter. Here. U.S. select first Indian American elected to Senate. Okay? So she's here. She's listed as an Indian American. Nothing black there. This is from U.S. politics. First Indian American elected to Senate. 2 more to enter Congress. Okay? So which is it, Kamala? And I don't have any feeling good or bad about this woman. I don't like her or dislike her. I don't vote on that. What can you do for me? So don't ask me. Don't get in my comment section. You just don't like her. I voted for Trump because he said he's going to keep the illegals from coming and taking all these you niggas jobs. And he was going to do something about, reversing the Democrats' mass incarceration policies. Who gives a fuck if I like him? I don't give a fuck if I like you. So if a nigga gets in my comment section talking about you just don't like her, block them. I don't care. Like is not, it don't matter what you got for me. Hot sauce, Beyonce, no thank you. Cardi B, a Howard University diploma. And this alleged black father, I'm Gucci. Give me some policy. I don't care if I hate her. If she give me the right policy, I will vote for her. So stay out my comment section with you just don't like her. What, you don't like her? What, you hating? It's irrelevant. I voted for Donald Trump. Because he said some things about niggas while Hillary did the nay-nay and poured a bottle of hot sauce out of her purse. Who the fuck carries hot sauce in their purse? Peace.